But
Oh.
so yeah, no, that's been kind of my thing. It's very. I cry too much these days. I'm very emotionally sensitive. It's very perturbing. I don't enjoy it. It's very weird.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not like sad tears, but I connect with the emotion that is going on in the movie, and it makes me feel dirty. I'll be honest with you. I feel gross afterward. I'm like, oh, it's all these emotions and things. It's as if someone has been crying all the time, and they've been influencing me to feel things. I don't know who, really.
Am I that? I am so that woman.
You know what, though? You're not that bad. Let's be honest. You're not the cry for everything. You're just in a very emotionally intense situation for like 3 months.
All the time.
It's been quite some time. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little worried about when things are normal, how we're gonna get along, because it's kind of like we've gotten used to this roller coaster and kind of
No, I'm good. I'm good at like I don't know normal. No, I'm good at it. I'm very excited to go in the bush.
Yeah.
I'm very excited because I think that I'll be able to be me. And I learned how to do a Canadian knot.
Like, not A? I don't...
Like a knot. Like trying a Canadian knot.
That was a horrible
It's
Canada
the best
joke,
way to
but...
make a bushcraft.
Okay, sure.
It's the best way to make like a bushcraft camp when you tie the trees together. And I learned what kind of trees. I'm not going to disclose this all because I will. But I learned what kind of trees I need to look for, what kind of trees to cut are best, what's wet, what's dip, blah, blah.
Yep. There's a lot of little secrets, and especially, remember, is like where you can find dry wood is at the bottom of very, very, I want to say carnivorous, but I'm not sure if that's the right word. But essentially trees that have a lot of leaves and or thistles, like a pine tree or anything, underneath at their trunk. Carnivorous, I think is the word. But at their trunk, at the bottom, rain doesn't get there. So you can find small branches for kindling very easily there. It's a very helpful tactic because that's the problem is when it rains and stuff, it becomes quite an issue finding dry wood because wet wood smokes a lot and doesn't radiate heat that well. There's a lot of issues with wet wood. Unless you're doing it, then you're doing it right. But
No, I've had some good times with some wet wood.
That's what I'm saying. If the wood's wet, things are working. But yeah, no, it's been an interesting couple days that I've been having, but I am enjoying it.
Why are you crying? So what are you watching? Oh,
it's all Harry Potter.
Harry Potter makes you think a lot too.
Well, this is the problem. So now here, don't get mad at me, okay? And you guys just be patient with this. I believe that the Dudleys weren't actually as bad as they were portrayed. And I'll tell you why. Because I believe that, number one, I'm not saying they were great. I'm saying that they were bad people, but I don't think they were as horrible as we've been led to believe. Because, think about it, the mom, Petunia, her sister got murdered, right? And childhood relationships can become difficult. There's a lot of jealousy involved and things like that. But the other thing is, the whole story is from Harry's perspective, and as a kid, the smallest infraction becomes a huge thing. So I'm looking at it in a different way and going, it's because I don't think they were good parents per se to Harry Potter, but I don't think they were as bad as put out to be. And really, the fact that they didn't want him to go to Hogwarts was more so that they were afraid that they were going to endanger maybe him, but more so their own family too.
And the witch thing, like her sister died because of Baltimore,
exactly,
and all that stuff. So she didn't want him maybe taking that risk either.
Yeah,
it could have been that way too.
Absolutely, and that's why. And then one of the big things was yesterday was prisoner of.
And look, their kid's a brat.
Oh,
so maybe they had no room other than the.
Did you know that he contractually had to stay fat the whole time they were filming?
Really?
Yeah, because afterward he's actually in The Old Guard. There's a new movie with Charlize Theron, who's a fantastic movie. Charlize Theron, by the way, is a great action hero. On top of that, the funny thing is she's hotter now than when she was naked in The Devil's Advocate.
Yep.
Right? That's pretty crazy. Now she is smoking hot. But she looks so capable and stuff. She is a great. She, I believe, might be the next Sigourney Weaver. Like that kind of.
Oh yeah.
You know, because Sigourney Weaver, goddamn. That was. I looked at Victoria. We were watching Alien. That was another one we watched. We binge watched Alien, and so good.
I like that movie.
Even the ones that come later on, like Alien and Aliens, fantastic, like unparalleled. The ones later on are shit, but she's in it, so you're going, I'll still watch it. But I even looked at Victoria during Aliens, and I was like, I'll be honest, honey, I would cheat on you with Sigourney Weaver. And she looked at me, she's like, I would too. And I was like, nice. We are of the same mind, honey. She's ridiculous. Anyways, so
Yep.
he had to contractually do that. But one of the big things was, yesterday was the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone. Then what was the second one? Is the Chamber of Secrets. And then the Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, the Prisoner of Azkaban, goddamn, that is a rough movie. Really well done. Really well done. But, oh, they really are. Well, because there's no, each one has a different event, a different scenery, a different peak, a different, like there's so much going on. But one of the big things was when so here's a spoiler alert, anyone who hasn't seen Harry Potter, maybe
Fuck you
somewhere.
and your mother.
Okay, we can say that. So, but at the end, when in the Prisoner of Azkaban, when Sirius Black and Harry are being attacked by Dementors, there's a scene where Harry thinks that his father came out and used the Patronus spell to save them, and there was two things. Was later on, him and Hermione go, and it turns out that he's waiting for his father to show up, and it was actually Harry. Harry saved himself. Now, this is what's fucked up, is that you see the change on his face when he realizes that no one's coming, and that he realizes it's him. And the spell, the Patronus that he sends out is massive. Now, it was that scene number one, which I'm going to talk about, and then after that, when he leaves, he's kind of bragging to Hermione that he's like, it was me all along, and I knew I could do it because I had already done it. It already happened. And she has this look on her face of terror, and then she says, oh, well, but I'm afraid of flying, because they're on a winged horse bird thingy. And I realized two things. Is number one, the look on Harry's face. Well, see, you're laughing now, but when I explain this, trust me, you're not going to be laughing, because it's very traumatic.
I've seen all the movies.
No.
I own them.
Yeah, but how I'm going to explain this is going to fuck with you, okay?
Okay, go for it. The whole movie fucks with me.
Well, they're children. You shouldn't be fucking this. Anyways, so.
Why do you bring this
every
up?
time?
Why am I bringing up that you bring this up?
Literally, the whole world is attacking pedophiles, and I couldn't be happier. Those fucking people need to die. Anyways, so.
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
The look on Harry's face when he realizes that his father's not going to come, it made me cry. Because he realized he was alone. And he had to save himself. And that's a shit fucking feeling. And that really bothered me. And then after that was just because, well, this is the thing, is being alone and having to save yourself is so two-edged sword. It's the worst possible feeling you could have, but also the greatest feeling you could have, that you are saving yourself. You're working towards that. And that's the thing, is we so often look at the negative without realizing, no, if you did it, that's a win. It's such a huge win. And the thing is, he plays it off as a success. And I'm honestly, I'm impressed, because she really could have gone the other way and made it sad, and she didn't. And she made it positive for him, that he was able to come out victorious. But it was just a fraction of a second. And Daniel Radcliffe's a great actor. He really is. I just hate that he's only 5'4". Like, that guy's a fucking midget, and that pisses me off. But
is he really?
Yeah, he's fucking tiny. He's 5'4".
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I don't get to know my Maple Leaf characters. I don't want to.
Nah.
I don't want to know them.
So
I want to believe that they are what they are.
Well, and that's the thing, is that fraction of a second, that feeling of despair can motivate you to crumble, or to rise to the occasion. And I really feel that we have to do that more often. But the other one was in the background when he does that spell, the Patronus. This is really nerdy, by the way. Like, this is crazy nerdy, I know, guys.
No,
but
I love this.
You love it because you're a nerd too. But, you know. But
I haven't even pretty bird the whole time.
So he does the Patronus, and the spell that he does is massive. He takes out, I think it's supposed to be like 100 Dementors. Like, it's a big deal. And the look on Hermione's face in the background is she's shitting her pants. And then they're on the bird horse thingy, and she's like, I'm afraid of falling. But you're looking at her going, they're not, they're already flying. She's holding on to him, and she's just looking at him like, what the fuck are you? Because you're going, this is the thing. There's two ways you can support.
Because he's had to do everything. So.
No, it's not. See, it's not just that. Nobody realizes that because Harry was a Horcrux, he had the power of a exceptionally powerful wizard in his repertoire and didn't even realize it. So it's not only his own skill set that was growing, but he had this reservoir of power that he didn't even realize. Now, nobody really realized, and she is scared shitless because what he did was something that people can't do normally. But, and this is the very big key, and that's why I want to go through the negative and positive. It was the one, the despair can turn into success. The second one was, as his loyal friend, she had a choice to go, buddy, you're a fucking freak. Or she masked it with something else and took heed of his power. So often in life, in work, whatever, everything we do, when we make the decision to rise to the occasion, our closest friends, even our worst enemies, will be amazed with what we can achieve. And there's two reactions they can have. One is fear, which is normal. It's not wrong. The other is admiration and support. And both of those situations, they really hurt me. Not hurt me, but made me feel with the characters, because so often we focus on the despair. Like right now, we're in quarantine and cases are actually going up. It's a fucking nightmare. I'm not going to come out of my house until 2025, apparently, which is driving me crazy.
Yeah.
But we can focus on the despair, or we can focus on the achievements we have, the things that we're trying to do.
What we can do next.
Exactly. And then when we see something amazing by someone that's with us, we can offer commendation. We can be amazed, but we don't want to take the wind out of someone's sails. We want to make sure that we mitigate our own fear and don't force that on someone who has risen to the occasion, someone who has outdone expectations. We want to make sure we support it. And those two things, I think, were super, super important. And it's a lesson for kids that I'm sure most kids can't express, but I do believe that people understand that.